Our guy Chase from Terrell in the 469, or excuse me, in the 972 says, writes in, I just stayed up and got drunk to watch the Mavs lose. Not cool. Yeah, not a good night. Not a good night. Not a good night at all.
Not at all.
Not for the Mavericks. 682, man, Mavs better tighten up security for the next game. Might get a little bit testy up in there.
Boy. Yeah.
214 says terrible coaching, 0 adjustments. Mavs deserve the loss. They definitely deserve the loss. That's for sure. They played terrible when it comes to the third quarter. They came out nice in the first, slowly but surely got worse and worse there. By the end of the first, they were not playing well. The second quarter was okay, but they still give up the lead. Devin Booker was absolutely nasty. DeAndre Ayton was as well. And then the crowd start getting involved, and that was going to be it there because they came out of the gates for that third quarter after halftime, and it was two different basketball teams. And the Mavericks looked lost, and they were turning the ball over left and right. They could not get a bucket to go. I mean, they had a scoring drought. I mean, there was, I believe, in that third quarter, there was like a 5-minute scoring drought where it was like Phoenix scores 14 points. You scored 0 in a 5-minute stretch. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it ends up being like a 16-1 run or whatever that they go on there to basically start that third quarter. And then it's just over. Then everything is falling for those guys. You're now down by 20. The crowd's involved, and everybody's lost. And it's like, oh, my God, please let me get back to Dallas.
Yeah, and this comes from our good buddy Nick Anstat at Nick Van Exit on Twitter. Mavericks' worst offensive games of the year by offensive rating back on January the 12th at New York against the Knicks. They had a 92.1 offensive rating. Tonight against the Phoenix Suns, literally their second worst offensive rating of the season at an 86. Just gives you an idea, again, how poorly they were. And a lot of this was because of what happened in the third quarter. We talked about it earlier. You can't win games in a single quarter, but you can lose them in a single quarter. And 14 points versus 12 turnovers for the Mavericks doomed them, and they were never able to recover. They waved the white flag with about 4.5 minutes or so left in the fourth quarter. And that was all she wrote. So this is one of those games where you just flush it down the toilet and move on because, you lose by 28 on the road, or excuse me, by 30 on the road to a Phoenix Suns team that dominated you, on all levels, especially, in that third quarter. And I'm not sure if they'll practice tomorrow. They may practice tomorrow. I would imagine they would, given what happened today. But if not,
definitely didn't earn the day off.
Yeah, and if they don't practice tomorrow, it's more about getting rest and getting ready for Game 6 on Thursday. So either way, the film is going to be ugly, and they'll watch that third quarterback and wonder what the hell happened. And you could just tell them that the turnovers is what happened to them.
Yep, nightmare second half. They score 34 points combined in the final two quarters, and now
the Suns scored 33 in the third quarter alone.
Yeah, just terrible. Must win now. Home, Game 6. Let's force Game 7. Let's get back to Phoenix, and let's get a little bit of redemption here because tonight was extremely disappointing, and you can tell it's 100% fair. These teams do not like each other. So it is going to get physical here. So apparently in the final 2 seconds with the Suns up 28 points, Biyombo goes for the two-handed dunk with 2 seconds left. Marquise Chris didn't like it. And that's when they fouled him, and then they started having words. They go back and go to the locker room, that sort of deal. So it's a playoff classic, physical, go bleep yourself kind of series. And I like that because I'm feeling that way personally about Devin Booker. I am so, like, I liked Devin Booker. He was one of those guys, and you look around the league, oh yeah, nothing really not to like about him. I want to slap the chin strap right off his face.
Look, Devin Booker's a baller, man.
Oh, he's absolutely nasty. And the dude I believe they have certified him in bucket getting, right? He's a certified bucket.
Definitely. I mean, tonight he was 11 of 20, shot 55% from the field, 43% from the 3-point line, was a plus 25 with his 28 points. He did a little bit of everything for the Phoenix Suns, though. Look, he's going to make tough shots. You just have to find a way to make things difficult on him. And the Mavericks simply didn't do that in tonight's game. He got off to a hot start in the first quarter. Him and Luka Doncic were kind of going tit for tat with one another. Doncic had 11, Booker had 12. You just can't let him get off to good starts like that. And he did, and he found his rhythm early, and he was able to carry that throughout the course of the ball game. So, coming back here for Game 6 on Thursday night, you got to get back to what you were doing in Games 3 and 4, junking the game up, getting physical with them, being able to get into passing lanes, deflections, and make Phoenix work for every bucket that they get. You felt like they didn't work for much of anything tonight, dropping 110 points, shooting, nearly 50% from the field and nearly 38% from the three-point line. Just too many easy, good looks for them, and they obviously did what they had to do. They dominated points in the paint, outscoring the Mavs by 20 points in the paint. Second chance points, 14-2. They were plus 12 there. They made all the hustle plays that the Mavericks simply did not do tonight. And again, you can't turn the ball over in a game 18 times, 12 of which coming in the second quarter or third quarter. I think you're going to win a game.